Scholastic Audio presents I Am Not Alone by Francisco X. Stork. Read by Christian Barrias and Gail Shallon. The first time Alberto heard the voice, he was riding the subway. The voice whispered, "I got you." Alberto thought there was someone behind him, but there was no one close to him. Sometimes the voice came when he was working, and sometimes when he was holding baby Chato. Now here it was again, telling him it was time to be free, whatever that meant. A dream? Lupe had once told him that one day he would even dream in English. Had the 6 months of evening classes at Brooklyn College finally paid off? But if the voice was a dream, even if it was in English, why was he trembling? The voices in dreams are invisible. This voice shone like a neon light. Alberto turned on the lamp next to his bed and leaned onto the window ledge. The cold air felt good. All this week he had slept with the window open. The first time he was able to do that, since he and his sister Lupe moved into the apartment 6 months ago, in early November, right after baby Chato was born. Already there was movement on the streets. Officer Ramos, the policeman who lived in apartment 3D, was walking his dog. A man stepped out of a white van with a stack of newspapers. Alberto suddenly remembered that it was Sunday. He did not work Sundays. Was that what the voice meant? Maybe today he would be free. He could walk to Coney Island if he wanted to. Or maybe go back to the pottery studio and glaze the bowl he had made. Alberto was startled by another sound, this time coming from Lupe's room. It was a man snoring. Wayne must have come in after Alberto fell asleep. That was not good. The days when Wayne visited Lupe were hard days. There would be fighting. Lupe wanted Wayne to marry her, to be a full-time husband to her and a full-time father to baby Chato. To be a parent was more than providing an apartment and an allowance for food and diapers and doctors. Wayne disagreed. He thought Lupe didn't know how good she had it. A luxury apartment in Flatbush. No financial worries. "I even employ that dumbass brother of yours." The walls in the apartment were thin. Alberto heard things that were not pleasant. He heard Lupe argue with Wayne about the wages that Wayne paid Alberto. Alberto got $7 an hour, while Lucas and Jimbo got 15. And Alberto was careful when he worked. The tenants praised Alberto's work and sometimes complained about the sloppy work of Lucas and Jimbo. "You need to pay him what you pay others," Lupe told him. "Does he pay me rent for living here? Does he pay me for his food? Room and board, that's why he gets paid less." There were times when the urge to hit Wayne was so powerful, Alberto had to sit on his hands, or breathe 20 times, or walk around the block. He was bigger and stronger than Wayne. He could pick him up and throw him out the window. Alberto wanted Lupe to leave Wayne. They would find a way to make it on their own. But Lupe needed Wayne. She believed that without Wayne, she would relapse into addiction. And Alberto needed Wayne as well. He gave Alberto work and did not report him to immigration. Half of what Alberto earned he sent to Mexico. His mother, his grandmother, and his 2 little sisters, Mercedes and Chela, they all lived with the money he sent. Was it true that he was a dumbass, like Wayne said? 3 years ago, when they first came to the United States, Lupe tried to enroll him in a public school. Alberto was 15. A lady at the school gave him a test, asked him questions in Spanish that made him dizzy. Afterward, the woman told Lupe that Alberto would need to be placed in a special class. "What is special?" he asked Lupe on the way home. You would be with the other kids that have a hard time learning. He thought for a while about Lupe's words. Then he said, I'll find a way to learn English, but I'm not going to a special class. I don't belong in school. Mama and Papa were okay with that. The director of his school in Ticul had told his mother and father that Alberto had to repeat fourth grade because he was so far behind the other students. That's when Alberto convinced his father to let him work as an apprentice potter. I know, but it's different here. Without school, you won't get anywhere. You won't be able to get a good job. I will learn on my own,